We create infrastructure, we create jobs, we pay taxes, and the government has money for development. Our starting of production is a signal that Liberia is back on tracks.
What is evolving naturally as a natural phenomena is this whole idea of corporate social responsibility.
In 10 years' time, some of us will not be here, and you see the place being run by locals. And that is what I'm actually bent to do. We're just about a few kilometers from the Guinea border. Extend it, and it can be a transcontinental railway line.
We are the first company to pay people compensation when they are relocated from areas that are in close proximity to our operations. We are the first company to do a full-fledged ESIA. ESIA, the Environmental Social Impact Assessment.
And as more people get employed, we expect to see more kids in school, and the living standard of the people that live in the concession and nearby villages, we expect it to also improve economically. ArcelorMittal is giving full support to the school system, and that helps us to move forward.
This railway line has been deserted for 20 years. Nothing's been working on this railroad. Now that we have a lot of equipment going up and down and at speed, so people have to be aware of their safety, their children's safety, their community's safety. Once we bring those people in and get them trained up, then we'll be ready for any challenge. I think my future legacy when I leave Liberia will be that people know how to run a railway, run it safely and very efficiently.
Yay! Well, it's into the final stage of the National Counter Sports Meet, and we move to the SKD Sports Complex. It's going to be a whole week of actions at the SKD Sports Complex in Painesville. Welcome to the National Counter Sports Meet preview show right here for the 2022-2023 National Counter Sports Meet. Of course, my name is Moses. I'm here alongside Wayne Gaga. We're going to be running you through all of the happenings in the group stages of the competition.
A pleasant welcome and good morning wherever you are witnessing, and it's going to be a tough one this weekend where the last 8 will fight for the trophies.
Like you said, we already have 8 counters that are rooting for the one trophy in the football category, but there are basketball and kickball events also taking place in the 2022-2023 National Counter Sports. We're not confirmed whether we'll have track and field in this event, but we're going to be taking you through exactly what happened in Harper, Maryland County, in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, in Bangabon County, as well as in Vonjema, Lofa County, between the mountains. Let's take a break. We come back, we run you straight into the quarterfinals of the National Counter Sports Meet preview show.
We create infrastructure, we create jobs, we pay taxes, and the government has money for development. Our starting...
Welcome back. On the 17th of December, it was an assembly of 15 counties from across Liberia. But the official showpiece started in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, where Rivers were hosted by a host, Grand Bassa County, in the first opening fixture of the National Counter Sports Meet on Saturday. But overall, it was Rivers that finished as group winners, but Grand Bassa still managed to go through. Wayne Gaga was in Bangabon County, but let's take you through exactly how Bassa went through to the quarterfinals of the National Counter Sports Meet. Well, at that moment, a penalty miss and conceded in the last minute of the match against Riverside County was a hope dash, especially on the opening stage of the competition. But they still made their way through to the quarterfinals of the competition with wins against Grand Gila County and Riverside County, and Grand Cape Mount County. Grand Bassa County in the quarterfinals. What's your take? What the performance in the group stage as hosts seems not quite impressive according to what others are saying.
Really, it wasn't a good start for them, losing up as a host against Riverside County. But they kept the hope alive after they took on Grand Cape Mount County, getting a handsome 2-0 win over Grand Cape Mount County and settled to a draw and later filed protest against Grand Gila County, wherein they won the protest and giving them all of the results, making them to qualify from the Group A with 6 points. But now going to the quarterfinal, they have all ahead. Very sure they are putting aside all of their broken pieces. They are working hard to get all the technical support and advice from the technicians. I'm very sure they are up to the task as they go ahead in the quarterfinal on tomorrow.
They've scored just 5 goals in the group stages of the competition. Does that prove a kind of supremacy? Is that 5 or 4?
Really it's 4.
4 goals. They score 4 goals and conceded 2 in the competition. What can we say?
Actually, they scored 4 goals. Let's say they scored 2 goals and they were rewarded.
They were rewarded also. So
so we put it that way. They got 4 goals and considered 1. We say because they defeated Cape Mount 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Got 2 goals from Grand Gila and they lost 1-0 to Riverside County. So practically, we say they had a very good defense. I can say conceding just 1 goal. Going to the quarterfinals, let's see whether they can maintain build up on it because they have a leg of Haiti from the Kingsville second division team. He's stood very tall in central defense for Grand Bassa County on 2 different occasions, and he will then again to have that defensive mind in defense for Grand Bassa County.
Playing before their own home crowd with massive support in the opening game, Riverside, who hasn't been in a picking order for a long time, since 2000 that was in 2008, 2009 when Riverside's root county mid football, pulled some surprises against them. Bassa, can they come strong in this competition, in this quarterfinals? Can they be a contender?
The last time we saw Bassa, they went down to Nima. They went down to Nima in the last edition in the semi-finals. So going against Riverside, who were also in Monrovia during the last edition, is a tough fixture. Looking at the team of Riverside County, very young team, and have a young, energetic player that is running them through. Currently, he's the top scorer from the preliminaries. Let's see whether he can go forward to add more flavor to it. I'm talking about Dayton Quali. He played for CC United in the first division. So Grand Bassa County too have Prince Colley, Prince Colley from that's B Mountain running his side. Is a cracker on tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure of seeing a very good game and a slim result on tomorrow.
Absolutely. Prince Colley for Grand Bassa County will be standing tall, running from the flank off for the Bezon boys. But I see Riverside County finished as group winners ahead of Grand Bassa. They got 3 out of 3, 9 points. They beat Riverside, they beat Grand Cape Mount County by 5 goals to 0 in their final group fixture. That was simultaneously played at the SKD Sports Complex in Painesville. Let's run you through the journey of Riverside County, the surprise package in this National County Sports Meet. A surprise package, Riverside County. They scored 8 times in the group stages of the competition from 3 matches and considered just once. A real way to register an intention for the competition win.
Yeah, besides getting 3 players scoring those 8 goals is something, is a signal sent that they are prepared and they are ready to clinch this year trophy. You got Dayton Quality scoring 4 goals, Archie signing 2, and that's Chicken CA. You know, the interesting thing about this Riverside team, they have Dayton and Jenkins who play for the same team in the first division. So those are players who have worked together from 3rd division, coming to 2nd division, going to 1st division. So they know how best to coordinate and work things through in order to be successful. So you have the 2 of them running things, and this is a package that that they are surely prepared of, and they have sent that signal that they are hoping of getting a trophy.
Conceding a late penalty against Barca, the goalkeeper standing tall to pound the ball away, and coming back just in the last minute to win against Grand Barca. Was that the moment that Riverside thought that, yes, we can pull something out of this competition, we can also be a contender? They went on to win the last 2 matches, finishing at the top of the table with 9 points.
That was the moment that built their confidence. That was the moment that gave them everything that we can make the difference here. The goalkeeper had a beautiful save from the penalty spot, and that beautiful run from Dayton Quality on the far left flank that broke through the defense of Grand Barca. And Sion was just there to
a brilliant delivery fight, and that was like sending everybody to bed from Barca, because that was in Buchanan on that fateful evening.
Of course, and that was just cleverly converted from Archie Sion.
Let's look at the performances. There's not much big names. If you look at other counties, they kind of pull out some bigger names in the competition. But River says, yes, they might be playing at the top level, Jenkins CA and Delton Colley, but they're not big names. The River says team seems like a very strange team. Most of the lads are playing in the lower division.
Sure, most of them are playing in lower divisions, and I think it's just about the work. I'm told that this Riverside team is the inclusion of new players is not more than 4 from the last county meet. The inclusion of new players for this year's division not more than 4 players. So you know exactly that
it's virtually a new team.
Yeah.
It's virtually a new team and in a whole new technical staff.
Yes, but what I'm saying is the players that were used for the last edition, like 90% of them were in the team.
Okay.
You know.
So it means that the chemistry still stands in the team, except for a few new inclusion.
Yeah, just a few, I think 4 or 5 new faces were added.
Do you think this team can go as far to the finals?
I'm hopeful of that. Looking at them, let's see. Looking at their own opponent on tomorrow.
That'll be Nimba.
Nimba are defending champions. Nimba never had a perfect form in German City. You know, but it's a different venue. It's a different form of play. We have different spectators coming up and different flavor. So going against Nimba, I see it to be a very tough encounter tomorrow, but I foresee a very slim result on tomorrow.
Very slim result. Leave your comments on our live broadcast, both on YouTube and Facebook. Let's hear from you. Which of these counties you think going to reach to the finals of the county meet, or what are your anticipated results in the quarterfinals of the competition that starts tomorrow at the SKD Sports Complex? We will roll you down the fixtures, who is going to be meeting who, but there are also basketball and kickball taking place in this event. We're not confirming what our tracks will be taking place, but this is a county meet preview show right here on Intel Sports. We just concluded Group A, where Riverside and Grand Barca County the group representatives in the quarterfinals of the competition. But before we go to Group B, can these teams from Group A progress forward in these events?
The interesting thing about it, both fixtures, football, kickball, will see the two counties battling. Riverside will play Nima in kickball, while Riverside will play Nima in football.
Yeah.
Likewise, Lofa will play Grand Bassa in kickball. Lofa will play Grand Bassa in football. So let's see whether our layman power in Liberia, where they say we beat the boys, we beat the girls. Let's see whether you work off on that point. Ball is a really tough fiction to ball. Let's see, Moses. But I can't cut up everything yet because it's very difficult to determine or estimate the winner on tomorrow because these are top-notch counties who are prepared and who have sent a very strong signal looking at the past records in the national county sports meet. So to say Group A will overtake Group B, that's a Group C, is something difficult to say.
We will be running down who's going to be meeting whom, like we said earlier. But let's go now to Group B. That is in Central Liberia, in Bangabong County, where all of the controversies may have come true just before the climaxing of the fixtures in that. It included Sino, included Masurado, included Bon County and Bapolu County and Magibi. But let's start with the host, Bon County. They made it through to the quarterfinals after a hard-earned 7 points triumph at the top of the table. Well, Bon County, this was how Bon County were able to make it through to the quarterfinals of the National County Sports Meet. What a great performance at home. When you play at home, you have the home pressure. And if you can walk through the park and deliver that result that the people are yearning for, you become heroes and court heroes and legends for your county. Bon County finished behind Magibi County. First, let's talk about Magibi. Then talk about Bon County.
Yeah, it was a startup for Magibi County. You know, I was there. I handled all of the broadcasts and things in Banga City. You know, it was hot and a heated venue in Group B. You're looking at Bon County hosts Magibi, Sino, and Bapolu. The interesting thing about that group was Bapolu just came from being a runner in the last edition. So they went up very high. But for the opening fixture, we saw Bon County and Magibi playing the opening fixture on that day. And both teams came up very highly, played good football, but the net wasn't sure, you know. And they're goalless, and they went home in that first fixture. So Magibi also went on to play Sino County in their second fixture. That's Bapolu County in that second fixture, wherein Magibi turned things around. They came from a goal down, you know, where Alfonso Johnson could give Bapolu County the lead, but Magibi came back in the second half, put one back quickly through Ibrahim Kamara penalty, and it was finalized through Prince Nana Pala, who plays for FPRC.
Yeah, Prince is a long-standing player in the county. He's been there forever.
Yes, we hope that he will have a chance to give to his other colleagues so that they can have an opportunity to play but it was actually completed after he had a solo drive through the 18-yard and just slashed it through that gave Mike Gibby the needed result and kept them alive in qualification.
Let's look at the two teams' performances. You think Bon were the group host, and they finished as runners-up like Grand Bassa did against Riverside in Group A. But you think there's any room for progression in the competition?
Fairly speaking, from my end, I would give that progression to Bon County. Regardless them ending the group as a runner-up, they ended the group as a runner-up by goal difference.
Okay.
But they have a very, very good team. It's a team that saw their connection, their coordination, their building, their foundation going forward.
It's like play transition.
Yeah,
playing from the back all the way up front. So it means that they got that ability to pin any team that might want to sit back or probably start from play on a break, play a long ball sometimes from the flank. Because I know Prince Nanapala is kind of he's with Mike Gibby now.
Yeah,
right?
He's with Mike
Gibby now, but formerly of Bon County.
Yeah, okay.
Formerly of Bon County. So
if you, as I was saying, if you have a team like Bon County, looking at their defense, their defense line, they have every other thing to maintain in defense. Going to the midfield, they have one experienced player, Joseph Bonti. I don't know whether you remember him.
Yeah.
He played for El Graciados, Joseph Bonti, very experienced. And the combination of Bonti and John Harris. John Harris played for Bon Rangers in the Orange second division.
Yeah. John has now moved to he has now moved to Heavy 11.
Okay.
He was the captain in front of Bon Rangers.
Yes.
He's now moved to Heavy 11. He's a top notch.
Very good player, John Harris.
I was kind of thinking, from once all of these bigger teams sat here and allowed John to go to a Heavy 11, because throughout the second division he was the man for Bon Rangers. That's part of their struggling stage.
Sure, very, very.
It was the reason why they even maintained their stay in the second division.
Yeah. Then another person to watch for on the Bon County team is Adam Konkoe. Adam Konkoe he's the second highest scorer. He scored 3 goals for Bon County. Very clinical, Moses. He's a kid. I'm told that he was converted as from a central defender to a point striker.
Absolutely.
Adam Konkoe. He's very exceptional, and he also worked along with another player called Ellis Reeves.
Absolutely.
Bon County team, fair enough for me. I see progression in that team through the semi-final. I can say that for free.
Progression.
Nevertheless, Maggie also have the names, the familiar names we know. Like the Yuri Barry, the President Nana Pala, like
Hulu Barry is Hulu Barry from Maggie FC.
Yeah, Maggie is like the Momo Blamo we know of from Tony FC, formerly of sorry, I just slipped off his other team. So those are names we know of. They have also Helen Sakama from Watanga FC. Moses Koba. Moses Koba. Moses Koba is also name.
I think Moses might be playing for the 10th year in the national county sports. But there's one thing I think I must hail him for. He's always been on the roster of Mike Gibby.
Of course, and he's outstanding, Moses.
Okay, great.
Koba is outstanding. He's one of the players that is dependent on by Mike Gibby County.
One of the players dependent on by Mike Gibby County. Can Moses send forth pull the tricks from Mike Gibby to sail them through to the semi-finals of this year's national county sports? And the 22 winners have dropped off the picking order. Were last time in the semi-finals in the 2020-2021 editions. But you're watching Intel Sports National County Sportsman preview show with me, Moses and Wayne. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll run you through Group C and Group D and also give you highlights of what happened in the basketball and kickball categories of the National County Sportsman.
This is the true meaning of national unity. A joining with games, the greatest stage that every county gathers with one goal. This is the moment that we all come together holding our breath for what we feel and behold as home. This is the stage where stars are born and legends are made, and every game that is played moves our hearts. This is the place that seems like the center of Liberia that all roads are leading to. There were 15 and there are only 8 still battling for that one trophy. The National County Sports Meet reaches a point of sudden death. As the chapters unfolds, Intel Sports Liberia is here to bring you all the actions from every game. Join us live from the SKD Sports Complex with exclusive coverage of the National County Sports Meet live on Intel Sports Liberia. This is the true meaning of national unity.
And we are Liberia's one and only exclusive sports television, Intel Sports, bringing you all of the actions from across Liberia for every sporting discipline. Join us as we bring you all of the actions from the SKD Sports Complex in the National County Sports Meet. Well, if you are following us, we run you through Group A and Group B, where Bassett and Riverside, as well as Magibin and Bon County, seal their place in the quarterfinals of this year's edition. Now we go to the northern part of Liberia, inside and between the mountains, where Lofa County hosted Nimba, River G, and Bombing counties. But instead, it was the host and the defending champions Nimba that walked all of that group. But let's see how Lofa made it through with 9 points from 3 matches. Well, the former champions were in a group with the defending champions and also another former champion, Bombing County, and another former finalist, River G County. But yet, They proved supremacy by getting 9 out of the 9 points at stake, scoring 7 goals and conceding just 1. Win Lofa. Are they registering an intention to this year?
Big intention for the championship. And the combination of James Tappet and Jeremiah Johnson actually signifies that Lofa, they are ready, as they normally say. Their intention is very high for this trophy, and winning the group with 9 points really send a message that this is the time, and this is a message that other teams, other countries need to be very careful, and they need to be prepared for Lofa County as they take on.
Let's look at the team performance. They scored 7 goals, considered just 1 defensive line. Pascal Harris, former of Nimba, has now joined Opilano Kepler in central defense. Is that something crack to talk about Opilano Kepler from CC United and Pascal from Martin Fossa?
Of course, good combination. Looking at Opilano Kepler, very exceptional. The last time Lofa County won the county meet, he was great. He
was the most valuable defender in the competition.
Of course, during the last time, he also pulled a very good performances for Lofa County. Then bringing on Pascal Harris, very experienced. Pascal Harris, I follow him for the past 2 counties post meet with Nima County. That was a very good decision made by the head coach of Lofa County, Samuel Sumo, and bringing on also Lawrence Kuhlman, very exceptional for Life FC in the second division. Also a plus, also getting back James Tappet. The last edition, James Tappet went on to play for Grand Bassa County after winning the county meet with Lofa County, winning the most valuable player. He thought to go to Grand Bassa County, but it was a great job for the technical team of Lofa County to bring back James Tappet to the team.
There's one unsung hero for Lofa. Lofa scored 7 times, but he's provided 5 assists. 16 years old, Pee-wee Roberts.
A star is born, and a star to be maintained, a star to progress, and a star to look at in the better future. Pee-wee Roberts, he needs to be looked at.
He's just spending a year from Lofa. He's with Dreams FC now in the Mosralo subcommittee. Danny Penzio. The last time he failed to make the team, this year he's made the team. Played for Bon County, they didn't have good performances. Now he's come, he's provided 5 assists out of 7. Is that something? Just the same there. If you just look at the kid, his performance is immense in every aspect.
Arguably he has the assist chart currently. Giving 5 assists, he's top the assist chart because looking at River Sales, who scored the highest goal in the group stage, we didn't see a player getting that amount of assists. Dayton Quali made 3 assists, and looking at Pee-wee Roberts with 5 assists, so he tops the assist list while Dayton top the score chart for now. But like I said, Pee-wee Roberts need to be looked up to. I'm very sure that he can progress from where he is now, and he just need that technical advices to push him forward to be a star, to be a great player. The national county is supposed to meet breaks out player. He exposes his player so that those who are football stakeholders can go after. And make some progress so that the nation can benefit from. That's the bottom line of it. After getting all of the development from your club, the national county sports meet, it end up the national teams.
Great. Lofa with 9 points, former champions. They failed to make it to the quarterfinals the last time when they were paired alongside Bomi and Grand Kebon County. In Bapulu in top number, they dropped in the group stage of the competition. But this year they've come back very strong, wanting They say they want to retain they want their trophy back. That's why
the Lofa project. And one thing about this entire concept, Meet Moses, you know, people may not follow, but it's so saddening and also interesting that all of the Western countries fail to qualify.
Oh my God! Oh, this is it just got to me. So it means a Grand Cape Mount drop off the group stage, Bapolu drop off the group stage, Bombing drop off the group stage, and Grand Cape Mount County. Yeah. This is something I think the Westerners need to understand that they need to look at it very thoroughly. And if you know, Intel Sport has been bringing all of the live coverage of the matches across the 4 venues. We're able to bring you all of those matches live and exclusive on our different channels, on channel 1 all the way to channel 4, including the last group matches that were played simultaneously. Well, the defending champions Nimba were the team that breath and air of relief on the final day of the fixtures when they beat Riverview County by 3-0. And Lofa beat Bomi by 3-0. But let's see how Nimba progressed through after losing their opening fixture against Lofa. Between Bomi County and Nimba, giving some hope to the Mountaineers that they can also reach. But on the final day, they beat Riverview County 3-0, while Lofa beat Bomi 3-0. Bomi were already on 4 points, only needed a point to represent the Western cluster of Liberia. But unfortunately, they got eliminated in that final fixture. Well, Nimba.
It was a great pressure, serious pressure on Coach Mota Fofana. You know, it's always the case, Moses. After becoming the champions, you get prepared because even the least team will come up very highly on you.
Is that the adage you say champions die hard?
Yeah, yes. That's the practical approach of it. Champions die hard, So Lofa County, after messing up, it was just like Lofa won the championship. They didn't win it the next time. Nima came on to win it. So now it almost like champions versus champions in the first match against Lofa. So Lofa told Nima that this is our trophy.
We want it back.
We need our trophy back, and we are coming up with everything to tell you that we need our trophy back. And that's how they went on to defeat Nima County. So Nima County went back to the drawing board, felt that they could come to override Bomi County. It didn't work that way. Bomi sent a surprise to them in the first half.
Daniel Moore scored 2 times against Nimba.
Yes. He sent a very strong signal to them.
If you follow football in Liberia, his nickname Adebayo.
Adebayo, yeah. So they sent a signal, but Nima came back very strongly, and told Bombing that we need to progress. You know, we are the defending champions. We need to send some crowd at the SKD. So they managed to pull the trigger and they settled to a draw. They went on to River G County, who was already out, drowning already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they needed the magic from Lofa
Yeah.
against Bombing.
Yeah. So they went on to fight their own battle while they were on the other end, praying that Lofa can turn things around for them. And luckily for them, they got all of their prayers were answered.
And the post came down from a very strong son and chair of the sub association there in Nimba, Flotoma. He said God has turned water into wine. He said Jesus has turned water into wine. I don't know whether you saw that social media post.
You know, it's so good. You know, that's the beauty of the county meet. You know, besides county meet, but that's the beauty of sports. Once the unexpected
happens.
That
was a dramatic day, and Bombing probably might never forget that.
They would never.
They were stunned just like Liberia was stunned by Ghana for a place at the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan when we lost 2-1 here in Monrovia. Well, that's it. Let's see whether there's probability of progression for these two teams, Lofa and Nimba.
The possibility is very, very thin. Looking at Lofa versus Bassa.
Okay.
Rivers versus Nimba. That's a tough fixture.
It's a tough fixture.
Very tough fixture. And the SKD tomorrow, I'm not too sure that supporters of those counties are saying, we'll beat you people. I think everybody, for me, everybody just sitting and going to watch the game to see the outcome of the game. Because it's hard to determine.
The bookmakers might be looking at the stats and saying, River says we have a better edge ahead of Nimba, but experience-wise, Nimba might still be a top competitor in that picture. Lofa, former champions, wounded, didn't make it to the quarterfinal the last time around, will come back very strong and very brutal against a Grand Bassa team that had a poor performance in the group stages of the competition.
It's a two-way street, you know. Looking at the amount of goals scored, Rivers has scored 8, Nimba scored 6.
Lofa scores is 7.
Yeah, Lofa scored 7. Grand Bassa that's a score 4. You know, so it will come to goal scoring. All of the counties are good at scoring. But now we go on man-to-man comparison. We will give Nimba County the edge over Rivers. You know,
Josepha Mator, the captain of Nimba, captain
of has a deal with. We have Malu Johnson from Ghana's DFC. We have what's the kid's name?
We also have Samuka,
yes,
the U17 midfielder. He didn't have the opportunity to taste the pitch in Vonjema, but I hope he can have a taste on the top.
Molly Keita.
Yeah, Molly Keita.
If you remember the third division player Molly Keita for Mata Infosa, not 1, not 2, not 3. He been very exceptional in that player. So those are names that people know, those who are following football.
And Vasco Flomo, also from the U17 team, was introduced on 2 different occasions. So I think it was a good performance for him, testing a national counter sports me for the very first time.
So if we go to that comparison, Nimba will have the edge, you know. But again, football also do not go that way, Moses. It depends what you are able to do on the pitch. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You can have all of the big names, but if you go on the pitch, you see them not performing to your own expectation, and the smaller names take the day.
Absolutely.
But Rivers is not a team to really underestimate.
Is it going to be the Saudi and Argentina fray? That's what we're going to be looking at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina 2-1. But but the Albacete still went on to win the FIFA World Cup. Would that be the case? It is the case of Nimba and Riverside County Lofa versus Gombassa. That will be the fixture tomorrow at the SKD Sports Complex.
Get that first day?
We will see at the closing stages. But don't miss out all of the live actions here on Intel Sports on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. We will be bringing you live coverage of the National County Sports Meet like we have never seen before in the history of Liberian sports coverage. Well, down now to the southeastern part of Liberia, on the coast of Hapa, we had Monserrado and Grand Crew being hosted by Maryland County. But it was the host that made it through. A group of 3, Maryland County saw themselves through as group winners ahead of Monserrado County. Great. The boys from Hapa saw their southeastern counterpart off, as well as came down to the coast to take off Monserrado County, and they finished as group winners. Maryland, I know their former coach, who is now a part of our team, Teofilo Juko, he was also assigned in Hapa, Maryland County, giving us coverage. Moses Jiple might be watching there also. What are your thoughts, Wayne?
Maryland served as the host, and they told the visitor that we are the host and we should be ahead. So they were the first team to qualify, and they topped the group.
And it's a difficult group, a group of 3.
It's very difficult.
It's difficult. A group of 3, that's a group of death, because you.
So they went on. They and their close-up neighbor, Grand Crew, they settled to a draw. And they said, Monserrado, we are here and we are the one posting you guys. We need a vote, and maybe you and Grand Crew can sort out things to see who follow up. And they managed to defeat Monserrado 2-0. You know, looking at Dominic Gelata, very experienced.
Yeah.
He played for so many teams in the first league. Now he's with junior professional in the second league. And also H. Down Wea.
Yeah, from PZFC. The lad is a finisher. I don't know how come we didn't get a couple of them in the preliminary stages, because I saw him in the playoff of PZFC. He scored I think almost 10 goals in the playoffs. I think 9 goals in the playoffs. Now he tops the second division table for PZFC.
Yeah,
he tops the second division table for PZFC. So how come I'm not hearing Dan Weir? He's just scored just once.
Yeah, you have group of 3. You only have 2 games to play, you know. And also looking at our venues.
If you put Eden Halle in 2 fixtures, he might be aggregating the goals. He normally aggregate.
Not at Tottenham Stadium, because it's actually he can score even 3 or 4 on that stadium, you know.
Okay.
We have a deplorable fields around, but let's see what H. Down we can do at the SKD on Sunday.
Great. It's down where he's used to the turf now. Then the other group, former champion Monserrado County, they've been up for a very long time, since 2015. They won the 15, 16. They won a double. They've dropped the picking orders, and I think they need to buckle up because their former senator is president of Liberia. His Excellency, when he was senator, was when Monserrado County walked away with the trophy on double. So it is now time. I think they need to pack up, but let's see how they walk through the pack to reach the SKD Sports Complex. In the Martha Todman Stadium when he into France with the visitors qualifying, but I don't think it was in a more France because I guess the crew supporters were disappointed that that because a draw we have seen Grand Crew counted through with 2 points,
of course,
and that was a heartbreaker for them as the bumping into the sand, and that's why we say it's always good to play the game on the grass. Play on the green grass instead of the sand. You get not too much of bumpy ride, not too much of twists and turns along that. But it was Monserrado County who joined Maryland County into the quarterfinals of the competition with 3 points because they lost to Maryland and beat Grand Crew County. Grand Crew Maryland finished with 4 points. But what a performance! That it takes a team to come back, especially when you're playing away from home in these kind of qualifying matches.
Actually, it's a plus to Monserrado County. Going away, especially going to the far south. Coming home and getting that qualification. You know why it could take Monserrado failing to qualify and the quarterfinal, semifinal being played in Monserrado. So they did extremely well to qualify. So till the time I think they are working on a few things. They have the names, they have the players. Looking at James Kamara, James Kamara played for Tony FC. Looking at Musa Jabate.
He's been a long-standing player for Monserrado County.
Yeah, Musa Jabate.
He also had a stint with Nimba.
Yeah.
He also had a stint with Nimba, but he's returned to Monserrado County.
And the interesting one kid that you need to look at is Theo Williams.
Okay.
From Ghana's VFC.
Yeah, Theo Williams. Yeah, and I was
very good goal scorer, and he set the mark in the Orange Second Division League as the only player this season to score 5 goals.
Okay.
In a single match. So having such kid going into a quarterfinal on a very good pitch.
It's gonna be a breathtaking showpiece, especially with a good playing surface. As in the case of previous years, we we saw that sometimes the player will complain on the playing surface, even match official, technical staffs and everything, because the SKD Sports Complex had a deplorable pitch and it was always being rehabilitated over and over. But now we have an artificial turf like it is all across Liberia at all of the venues. We hope these young lads can be able to prove what they made of in the competition.
Sure.
So we go now to tell you exactly what's going to be happening first tomorrow and on Sunday at the SKD Sports Complex. Are you getting your jerseys now? Are you getting your blue, your green, your red jerseys? Because it's going to be...
You forgot about the orange.
The orange jerseys. Yeah, because it's going to be a great showpiece. But first, let's look at kickball. What comes out at the SKD Sports Complex in Painesville for the kickball category? It will be Nimba County. Nimba. The former defending champions will be against Riverside County. Riverside are the rulers for kickball, but they just dropped off a few years ago, and they are coming back now. They qualify at the expense of Grand Bassa County, and can you vouch, because Nimba is absolutely the cracker. The Jew of Lofa 1-1 in kickball.
Riverside County not only coming up, but they won the group with 9 points.
9 points.
They won all of their games.
Absolutely.
Besides that, Riverside County are the runner-up from the last edition.
Yeah, they were
narrowly defeated
by Lofa in the final.
So now they are telling Nimba that we are here and we are going again to the semi-final or maybe the final. For me, in this special, I will pick Riverside.
The next one is the defending champions Lofa against Grand Bassa County. Lofa 1-1 against Nimba, beat Bomi County and they beat River G County, and to qualify for the qualifier. So they finish with 7 points.
Besides the Lofa team, arguably they have the most decorated coach in kickball.
Okay.
Ezekiel Sonetoba. He won the league, the trophy on numerous occasions with Nimba, and he went to Lofa. He lended the trophy to Lofa County. I think for the very first time. Yeah, for the very first time. So having him again qualifying his team going against Grand Bassa County, Lofa is at the verge actually to go to the semi-finals.
Great. If you just joined us, you're watching the National Counter Sportsman preview show on Liberia's only premier sports television. We bring you all of the latest happening in the sporting sector in Liberia and even beyond. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll run you through the rest of the picture.
We create infrastructure, we create jobs, we pay taxes, and the government has money for development. Our starting of production is a signal that Liberia is back on tracks.
What is evolving naturally as a natural phenomenon is this whole idea of corporate social responsibility.
In 10 years' time, some of us will not be here, and you see the place being run by locals, and that is what I'm actually bent to do. We just about a few kilometers from the Guinea border, extend it, and it can be a transcontinental railway line.
We are the first company to pay people compensation when they are relocated from areas that are in close proximity to our operations. We are the first company to do a full-fledged ESIA. ESIA, the Environmental Social Impact Assessment.
And as more people get employed, we expect to see more kids in school, and the living standard of the people that live in the concession and nearby villages, we expect it to also improve economically. ArcelorMittal is giving full support to the school system, and that helps us to move forward.
This railway line has been deserted for 20 years. Nothing's been working on this railroad. Now that we have a lot of equipment going up and down and at speed, so people have to be aware of their safety, their children's safety, their community's safety. Once we bring those people in and get them trained up, then we'll be ready for any challenge. I think my future legacy when I leave Liberia will be that people know how to run a railway, run it safely and very efficiently.
This is the true meaning of national unity. A joining with games. The greatest stage that every county gathers with one goal. This is the moment that we all come together holding our breath for what we feel and behold as home. This is the stage where stars are born and legends are made, and every game that is played moves our hearts. This is the place that seems like the center of Liberia that all roads are leading to. There were 15 and there are only 8 still battling for that one trophy. The national county sports meet reaches a point of sudden death. As the chapters unfolds, Intel Sports Liberia is here to bring you all the actions from every game. Join us live from the SKD Sports Complex with exclusive coverage of the National County Sports Meet live on Intel Sports Liberia. This is the true meaning of national unity. A joining with games. The greatest stage that every county gathers with one goal.
This is where we bring you all of the actions and live coverage of all of the sporting developments taking place in Liberia, and this is the National County Sports Meet preview show. Tomorrow, the quarterfinal get to start. But you know, all of the sporting discipline takes place, but there is one that beats our heart, that is football. At the theater, at the SKD Sports Complex, it will start with defending champions Nimba against Riverside County at 2 p.m. Nimba will play Riverside County at 2 p.m. and then at 4 p.m. it will be Lofa versus Gambassa. Win quickly. This fixture, this is a tricky pairing weekend.
Very tricky. You know, it's difficult to determine here. You know, Riverside and Nimba. Two top teams like we said.
Yeah.
If we want to do pairing of players, we give Nimba the edge. Notwithstanding, Riverside is a team that work together, that is determined to.
Could we call them the determiners? Because if you see the squad, you don't see that gel in terms of physicality, muscular, but I think is a more technical team. And Coach Ted, I think, has done so well. He was with Riverside when they won the competition. The former Johnson FC coach. Now Christian he came back to them, and it seems that he understands the philosophy.
Yeah, you know, there's a team that we say is a team that we say maybe they are a determiner, and their own momentum, their encouragement. I'm told that Liberia International, Sam Johnson is the technical director, I'm told, but I need to see whether he will be with them on tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm told that he's the technical director of the football team, you know. But Nimba, yeah, they are the defending champions, so just know that they are very giving the edge.
Coach Muta Fufana, the Ghana's VFC coach with so much experience. he thinks that he still owes this to the people of Nimba. They need to win this trophy at all costs.
Yes, he told them that he was going to carry the trophy back to them.
Okay.
You know, so he came on last season after giving him the opportunity. You know, he left 2 different times. The last time was Emmanuel Kiki, but he came on last season and he clinched the trophy. So he has given the Nimbayan another hope
That they can.
that they can clinch the trophy.
Despite not a good
going
performance.
against a determined team like Rivers County is something that is very difficult to do.
Maybe we could take 2 minutes on Lofa and Bassa to wrap them up. Bassa, Lofa 9 points, summer champions, Bassa, former champions. This is I think Saturday is the day of champions.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
Yes, Saturday is the day of champions.
Yeah,
4 former winners.
Of course, yeah.
4 former winners, River says Nimba. Nimba defending champions, Lofa, former defending champions, also Gambasa County, former defending champions.
Yes, and also the only team that is so much far away is Rivers who won it way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Bassa has been close, has won it close, and Lofa has just won it a year to separate.
Yeah.
So who you think walks away on the day?
Lofa, Bassa.